this week's one-on-one, we sit down with Dr. Powell, the Global Director of the Girl Generation, to talk about their work to end female genital mutilation.
My name is Dr. Mwangi Powell. I'm the Global Director for the Girl Generation. The Girl Generation is a social change communication initiative working to end FGM in 10 African countries. And Kenya is one of our flagship countries, and really delighted to be here at the first FGM conference in Nairobi. It's amazing. I think it's been a great conference. I think for me what this conference shows is that Kenya is really indeed in a tipping point to end FGM. People are coming together. We've been talking to the Anti-FGM board to coordinate all the stakeholders and all the actors. And this is really the hallmark of that we have all come together. We are talking the same language, development partners, activists, stakeholders. There can never be a better forum than this. And I think this is really a good start for 2018 and really excited to be part of it. Our role is to build an Africa-led global movement to end FGM. We want to galvanize and bring together all the stakeholders, all the organizations working to end FGM, so that we build a critical mass of people who really have spoken in one voice. Because we believe that if more people speak about ending FGM, we are really going to end FGM. When we have 10 people, 5 people, 1 country, that is not going to make it. FGM needs everybody to come forward and say, this must stop. And that is what we are doing as a Girl Generation. The other thing we are doing is giving funds to the grassroots organizations. As we started working on FGM in Kenya in 2014, we discovered the people who have the power to end FGM are the grassroots organizations. But we discovered they have no resources. Some are volunteer organizations, and we really worked hard to bring resources to them. So we have given grants to over 149 organizations across 10 African countries in Africa. In Kenya alone, I think we have funded 49 organizations. And the reason, and these grants come from $2,000, as small as $2,000, to as big as $50,000, to help communities, grassroots organizations really innovate, because we believe those are the ones with the power to end FGM. I think what we have seen, it's not just the feedback, it's the results. I think one of the things we have seen is solidarity. We are really building a movement. People are coming together. Beyond that is the numbers of people we are reaching with the message of FGM. There are people who still don't understand why FGM must end. So when we reach more people, in Gambia, one of the countries we have worked in, we have reached almost 1 million people. In Kenya here, we have reached almost 2 million people. If we start reaching that numbers of people through the grants we are giving, we can indeed end FGM. And I think that is what we are saying, that when we have a big movement, then many more people are carrying the messages. Girls are being rescued. Morans are saying no to FGM. And I think that's what we want. If that can cascade and continue, we are going to end FGM. But we recognize that those organizations cannot work without the resources we are giving them. We have engaged the government. We have engaged the county government. We have worked with the governors, telling them about domestic financing. We are telling them our money, the money we use is not from here. It's not from Kenya. It's from outside donors. You heard in the conference somebody says now Kenya has become a middle-income country. So it's likely that maybe the donor money is going to be diminish. So we are telling our government that let us not jeopardize the great effort which has gone forward. Let us put our money to the political will, the political goodwill you have shown in terms of ending FGM. But what we do not work directly. We work through the Anti-FGM board, because that is the arm of the government through which we can empower, so that they can talk to the counties, they can talk to so we kind of, if you like, we work from the back and really supporting the Anti-FGM board as the leader, as the institution that leads us to work to end FGM in Kenya. I think one of the things which have been exciting me today is having the governors, the first ladies. I think for me, if we can galvanize the first ladies, we are going to be able to reach the governors. We have also had governors here, deputy governors, CECs. We have had a lot of leadership in this room. And I think that this really has been a great opportunity to galvanize them, to bring them closer to this issue. FGM is indeed a political statement. It's political in two ways. The first one, we have a law. That's a political decision. What we now want is a national policy, and that is in the works. It's being figured out, it's being discussed. We hope it will be ratified soon. The third thing I want is to see money being allocated by the county governments. And we have talked, I've had so many conversations myself today with the governors' wives, with the governors themselves, who are the leaders who will be there saying, how can you help us to make sure that when you are doing your county budget, you include a budget line for adding FGM? And many of them have made commitments. But the bad thing with me, if you make a commitment to me, I will follow up. So I've collected all their cards, and I'll be following up with them to say, you told me that you are making this commitment. And it's not just me personally, even the Anti-FGM board working very, very closely, because that is really the real political commitment, putting money where this work needs to be done. That's what we need.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our channel. Join us next week for another one-on-one.